Thank you so much, Anthony. And thank you to the Children's Environmental Health Network for this honor and for the incredible work that you all do every day. And congratulations to my fellow awardees. It feels really good to be among so many people doing the work, the persistent work of striving for a livable future. I want to accept this award on behalf of all the artists, the storytellers, and the media makers who are putting the climate crisis at the forefront of their work. Because we know what the data tells us, and we have so many of the technical solutions. But what we so desperately need is a cultural shift, and that's the role that art can play to help us imagine and ultimately create a livable and joyful future. So at Eco.Logic, the organization I founded, we use art to build connections and inspire environmental action. For us, creativity is not a luxury, it's a necessity, it's a survival skill. When young people are surrounded by the impacts of crises and stories of loss, it's easy to fear and despair. And we know that youth today not only experience some of the highest levels of environmental anxiety, but often feel lonely and without support. Our programs at Eco.Logic offer another path, one that shifts that anxiety into agency and helps people move from isolation into community. So our programs include theater, storytelling, camps, and other hands-on education. And one of my favorite examples of seeing this transformation was at Camp Eco.Logic. We had high school students in San Antonio dive deep into a local issue. A development project was threatening a major bat habitat. And the students researched, prepared speeches, and delivered presentations to their city council members. They spoke about how this development was going to impact local wildlife, but also their lives. And I'll never forget one student who afterwards came up to me and said, "I didn't know we could speak to our representatives, and I never knew what happened inside this building." And that moment, that realization is what our work is all about. When young people see themselves as part of the solution, they start to act from a place of agency, not despair. And that ripples outwards to their friends, their families, and their communities. And a few months after that visit to City Council, the City of San Antonio purchased the land in question, protecting it from development. So it was an incredible victory for the students to be a part of. And we also bring this work into the arts through Eco Theater, where we create plays about climate justice and community. And one of our recent pieces, Come Along for the Ride, follows two people navigating environmental anxiety and their interconnection with their migration journeys. In the process, they and audiences see that climate change isn't just a science story, but it's a human story. And what's powerful is when audience members tell us that a scene or a line makes them think differently about their own choices, or when students say, "I didn't know art could be activism." That's when we know we're doing something right, because art has the power to change what we believe is possible. And I think a lot of us can agree that some days it feels like we're living in the imagination of fascists, but art invites us to imagine differently, to imagine the world we want to live in, one where every child, whether here, in Palestine, in Congo, or anywhere in between, has the chance to breathe clean air, drink clean water, and grow up in a just and peaceful world. So thank you again to the Children's Environmental Health Network for recognizing this work and for uplifting the role that creativity, storytelling, art, and culture play in advancing children's environmental health.